Now I get to put my glasses on. So I can read shit.
Nerd.
Let me know when you are. So do you got the thing up on your...
I got it up. It's here.
That's the pot calling the kettle a nerd.
So we're actually ready to go then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's set this up. You've all recently arrived in Sigil. Not really being from the Outer Planes yourselves, you need to make some kind of connections. So you found a posting. Each of you has found a posting for a job offer from a man by the name of Bayless that says to meet him at... Man, I should have thought of a name for this tavern. I have not DM'd in 10 fucking years.
The Tavern of No Name.
Silver Dragon.
There we go. The Tavern of No Name. Thank you, Deadlock. I'm glad you read
It's
my mind.
emblazoned across the top. The Tavern of No Name.
The Tavern of No Name. It's in the slums section of Sigil. Not a lot of more powerful denizens of the city hang out here. In any case, you're all arriving to the tavern. On your way in, you see a orc hanging out outside the building, banging a gong with a cowbell. A very curious sight. You enter the
Weird
tavern.
sound.
It'd be a weird sound indeed. It'd be a weird sound indeed. You enter the tavern, and you all gather at a table with a older bearded man with an eye patch. This is Bayless. As he greets all of you, he says, "Welcome, gentlemen and lady." And he looks at Arthur and says, "And whatever the hell you are."
Arthur just kind of grunts.
"I've called you all because you're new to the area. You're willing to take some smaller jobs that other people might not be interested in. We have a infestation at a local alchemist shop. The alchemist himself is missing. He's the one that would normally be the one to put in this job offer. However, he's missing, and numerous giant rats have emerged from his building, and nobody else seems to care enough to actually pay to have this problem taken care of. But I know it's going to grow into a bigger problem if it isn't solved. I can't handle it myself, as I'm only one person, so I figured to hire some people to exterminate these vermin for me." He then looks across your party, does a head count, and says, "But you're one short of the size of the group I want for this task. So there's other adventurers in here. Perhaps one of them will be interested in joining you."
Well, I sure hope it's not that noisy orc over there.
Bayless hasn't actually seen the orc because he's outside of the building. So he just shrugs and then suggests that the five of you introduce yourselves to each other and decide what to do about getting a sixth member.
Well, I'm Thordor Rockaxe. I'm a locksmith by trade, but I got tired of just making and repairing locks and just decided I want to try some adventuring.
I take it that's the dwarf, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Deadlock
Can you tell?
is the dwarf. Just for a quick summary to anyone watching, Deadlock is the dwarf. Matt is the dark elf. Scott is the gnome. Kevin is the...
Boba, for anyone who doesn't see my name on the
Sorry.
screen.
Boba, also known as Scott, is the gnome. Kevin is the centaur-looking thing that's Also, that's actually a lion thing. It's called a Weemic. They're not the most well-known race in Dungeons and Dragons, but they were in the Humanoid Handbook, and that's what he picked for his character.
Actually, to some friends, I've mentioned Weemix, and they're like, "Oh yeah." So depends upon the circles.
I think people that don't play Dungeons and Dragons regularly are less likely they are.
Yeah.
And TZ is a wizard that ended up stuck in a construct's body. I just let him use the Warforged stats for his character. Deadlock has introduced himself, so I don't know if anyone else wants to. Do you want me to just assume you guys all introduce each other?
No. I mean, Deadlock got a special intro.
Go ahead, Scott.
Well, friends, I'll keep this slow for you, you normal folk. I'm Whistletif Fizzlebane Facet Gazer. I know most of you normal folk aren't used to our true names. We gnomes have much longer names than that, so that's my short name for all of you. I'm a wizard who's spent some time in some strange places. So that's me. I look to find the balance in things, and a mug of ale won't go astray if one finds itself in my hand.
I guess I'll take a turn.
Go ahead
if you want to.
Greetings, friends. You may call me Doroxis. I have come from far and have looked for grand adventure. And I look forward to working with all of you. This should be a fine day. So,
Matt, you want to go next?
Sure. Hello. You can just call me Batya. I traveled quite a ways from home. I don't even know where home is at this point. Been on retirement technically for. She kind of looks down at like a little calendar thing. 6 months, maybe more. I can't tell anymore. I had to sell like half of my things, and I don't even know where most of my people went. We kind of split ways after we got here. Kind of need a job if I'm going to keep my room.
And then that brings us to Arthur.
Arthur just looks at the other guys and is like, well, I'm trying to find the people who killed me. So if any of you can help, I would be very grateful.
Raises an eyebrow. Interesting.
Killed you, but you're standing right here before us.
I was trying to build an assistant, and apparently the community I lived in didn't like that. They didn't like me practicing magic against their will, so one night they ended up killing me. And my soul ended up trapped into this construct somehow. I'm not quite sure how that happened, but thankfully I'm still alive, technically, so I can get my revenge.
Magic happens.
You've all done your introductions, and look around for who else is in the tavern that might be of some use. You obviously have a mental note of the orc, as one person has already voiced their displeasure at the thought of recruiting that person. You also
Can we make him leave the gong behind?
You also see that
I want him to keep the gong.
The more interesting people in the tavern, you see a lizard man with a trident. I meant to say trident. I kind of tripped over the words. There's a cloaked man with a mustache playing darts, except he's using throwing knives and hitting the board very accurately. You notice two dwarves sitting at a table, one of which is wearing scale mail, the other of which is wearing a hooded cloak, and they seem to be arguing over whether holy magic or arcane magic is more useful. Last, you notice a elf woman with blue skin and green hair wearing chainmail, who appeared to have passed out from drinking too much ale, But when a would-be thief tried to grab her coin purse off of the table, they found themselves on the ground with a sore jaw. You think amongst yourselves which one of these you might want to recruit and who should approach them.
Well, I'm very small and not very intimidating, so I think I should hang back.
And I shouldn't really give you this bit of advice, but you might not want to have the 3 charisma construct try to talk to somebody.
Oh, I get that picture. I get that picture totally. So we got 2 dwarves fighting over different types of magic.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It seems very obvious that while they're not exactly enemies, they aren't with each other specifically. They're just arguing over a drink.
We got a guy throwing daggers. Don't we already have a throwing guy here?
If you throw me, I'm gonna be mad.
Technically, Scott has throwing weapons.
Nobody
They're
talks
not-
to the dwarf.
Actually,
I'm a gnome, sir.
Scott's the only person that actually owns a ranged weapon right now.
I rather approve of the elf. Her quick reflexes might be useful.
I was kind of wondering that myself, although I'm not exactly keen on my cousins.
Well,
Come on, we are all friends here.
I'm going to make it very obvious.
We are friends.
She's not a dark elf if you're thinking that, because
Well, she's still. My character's been on the surface for quite a while, but she's still gotten the negative rub from most surface people still.
Well,
so
just a thought, because a dark elf would know a lot of these things. I'll just make this very obvious.
she's
not
obviously
really
a moon elf.
She's a sea elf.
A sea elf. Oh, right, the green hair. Duh. Yeah. That probably would have been next guess.
Oh, TZ linked me some images. I will use those next time, TZ. Thanks, though. I just don't want to deal with editing the board right now when we've already started.
Yeah, no problem.
What is the deal with that orc anyway?
Maybe he just likes playing music.
You have quite the obsession over an orc just playing with a cowbell.
Maybe he enjoys the cacophony. I could go start singing next to him, and maybe that would bring more people into the bar.
Maybe he needs more cowbell.
I think TC figured out why I gave him a cowbell.
No, you're doing it all wrong. Needs more cowbell.
You're talking to my guy all wrong.
But
with that in the face of the soldering iron.
But either way, so I heard one person suggest the elf, and one person curious about the orc.
See,
by the way, the orc has actually come into the tavern.
I'm not wholly against the elf idea, but I'm still uneasy about it. But then again, I'm uneasy about everybody. It's just trust issues.
See,
she must spend most of her traveling time with her own people for the most part.
The orc, the knife throwing dartboard guy, the
lizard man with a trident,
the lizard man,
wizard man with trident, and the 2 dwarves fighting over magic.
The 2 dwarves fighting over magic, and the drunk lady, not so drunk lady that knocks people out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I think that I don't know.
I
do like the idea of someone else with ranged weapons being with us right now. I mean, Whittletiff pulls out one of his shuriken and starts throwing it at the table and picking it up and throwing it at the table and picking it up. Thinking to himself.
I don't know. I think that drunk lady could hold her own in a fight, though.
So we're down to the old man in a hoodie or the elf.
Arthur just kind of
the guy isn't old. I just said he had a mustache.
He's just a mustache. Jeez. People are adding fake details now.
The guy that
mustachioed
hired you
man
is
with
old.
throwing knives, or the elf that knocked somebody out?
So that's what
That's pretty much.
two votes for the elf.
And one vote for mustachio guy. Anyone else?
I voted for Mustachio Guy too.
So
I think
2
you're
and
the
2.
one that voted for them, or unless,
Am I?
yeah. 'Cause
Oh,
I think
you're the only one then. So
I
it's
think
still 2 and 1.
Kevin and Deadlock suggested the elf. I don't think TZ really has voiced his opinion either way.
I'm good with the elf because that, like you said, that would be another range.
No,
She's not ranged.
She's not ranged,
Oh.
but she's. But the thing is, you also only have one real frontline fighter. Kevin kind of is, but he's also the cleric.
Okay, so then yeah, someone else that's a front line would help.
Okay, so the question is, which one of you is going to approach her?
Who has the most charisma?
I have 13.
That's pretty good.
What's mine
Matt
again? I'm at
has-
9.
I
Oh yeah,
am-
so definitely not you. Attributes.
I got -2 on
I
that
am-
roll
Kevin's at
because being
12.
drow.
Scott is at.
I got a 13.
So it's basically either Scott or Deadlock.
I say Scott. Okay, I say the gnome.
Ah,
The gnome.
The gnome. We're gonna trust the gnome to go talk to the elf. Oh boy.
At least he's not chaotic
I-
neutral.
I put away my shuriken and I tent my fingers and I start looking at all of you and say, really? All right, I guess I am the prettiest.
Go get
Then
him with
I,
his face.
Raise an
you.
eyebrow. Keep talking.
honestly, among all of you, you look the same, except for the middle guy.
As
Except for the middle guy.
Whizzletiff approaches her, he immediately notices that she seems kind of irritated by things in general.
All right.
She's actually resting her head as you approach.
All right, I walk up and I quietly and very slowly, so I don't speak too quickly for her. I say I'd offer to buy you another ale, but you look like you've had too much, and I am flat broke as I don't carry money usually. But there is an opportunity to make a little bit of money. This gentleman Bayless behind us says there's a rat infestation at an alchemist's, and we were hoping maybe you would join us.
She slowly raises her head.
Jumped right into it, didn't you?
then again, that seems like a
No reason to waste your time.
She looks at you and says, "Well, I guess anything beats just sitting around in this dry, smelly dump." You notice, now that she's raised her head, you notice that she has a holy symbol hanging around her neck. She grabs her sword from the bench next to her and stands up and says, she introduces herself as Scylla Silver Whisper. She's a paladin.
Let's say.
So,
Who's gonna say it?
what's a paladin?
There you go. Okay,
What's
moving on.
What's a paladin?
Do I recognize the holy symbol at all? Is it like a well-known?
It's the symbol
Like
of. It's a symbol of Tyr.
Tier?
He's a Norse god of. He's also in Forgotten Realms. It's a god of.
He's a
Justice.
popular one. He is.
Yeah.
It's where we get the term
Okay.
Tuesday.
He also only, has only one hand because
Yeah.
Fender bit the other one off.
Fenrir ate the other hand.
Okay, so she follows Tier. She's all about justice, so she'd
Yeah.
help us with our balance,
Yeah.
balancing good and evil.
Yeah. She's a paladin. Like it's very obvious that the moment she stood up, it's very obvious to you that what she is because of the fact that she's equipped like a warrior, and she has a holy symbol hanging from her neck.
Are there any gems in the holy symbol?
No.
No.
It's
Is it
basically
shiny?
it's just, the metal symbol of her god.
Okay. Just wondering if Wizzletiff would be more interested in it for its shininess.
Holy symbol.
She
I
follows
realized-
She follows you back over. Bayless walks back to the table, says, I see you found a sixth person. So, before I lead you to the place that this problem needs to be solved, I should give you one bit of advice. He pulls out a sheathed sword, unsheaths it, revealing it to be made of silver, puts it back in the sheath and places it on the table. He then says, I can't confirm that you will need this, but seeing as rats aren't really local creatures in these parts, I have to assume they got here some other way. And there were were-rats around here a few months back. So one of you might want to have this just in case. I'll let you decide which one of you is actually going to use it.
That's a sword you said?
Yeah.
Is
it's
it a short sword?
It's a long
A long
sword.
sword?
It's a long sword?
It's taller than I am, so there's no way and I can't even use it.
It's basically between
Could use it as a claymore.
between Badia and Duraxis, which one of them is gonna take it.
If no one
Because
else reaches for it,
Scylla-
she'll reach for it.
Scylla says she doesn't need it.
I never got a good idea, but just in case, she takes the sword and draws it to make sure, and it's, I assume, silver.
Yeah.
So
It is
a silver
silver.
sword. All right. Takes it. She fastens it to her belt. She's now got an extra long sword just in case.
No qualms from Duraxis about this decision.
Not at all.
Bayless
Okey-doke.
says, very well then. I suppose we might as well get to it. I will lead you to the alchemist's shop. You follow him outside of the tavern, past the orcist who is still obnoxiously banging his cowbell on his gong.
I
thought you said he came into the bar.
He did. I mentioned he came in.
He's screeching about something
you
about
guys
seasons
passed him
don't fear
inside
the
the
Reaper.
tavern.
Arthur kind of tilts his head to the beat of as they walk by.
The orc is
Bayless,
I
screeching.
start mumbling the song under my breath. Hopefully no one notices.
The orc screeches about something about seasons not fearing the Reaper as we pass.
Why would seasons fear the Reaper? They're not even alive.
Exactly.
Bayless leads you a few blocks away from the inn to a alleyway that is garbage all over the place down this alleyway up against the walls. He slowly leads you down. He points to the end of the alley and says, this building we're heading towards at the end is the alchemist's shop. You go past several buildings. You slowly pass a trash can with a cat sitting on top of it. As you start to pass, the cat lifts its head and begins to speak. It says, be careful. It smells real bad near there.
Thanks for the tip.
Random talking cat.
Random talking cat.
You,
Because
you,
why not?
you know what? My character's probably been visiting long enough that talking cats aren't a new thing. She just raises his
Oh, and as
eyebrow
we're back
slightly and
outside,
says thanks for the tip.
And what does this
Yeah.
smelling bad thing smell like?
You're asking the cat that?
Yes.
Decaying flesh and
Ooh.
rat shit.
Of course.
Expected when giant rats are about.
Right.
You reach
Thank
the
you.
entrance. The door is very busted up, like the doorknob is hanging by a thread almost. And there is actually a couple dead normal-sized rats just sitting on the steps leading up to the door. Bayless looks at you and says, "This is as far as I'm going to go. I'm not much of a fighter myself. So when you've completed the job, at least if you actually live and complete the job, you can find me at the tavern." He walks away. Now up to you guys what you're going to do. Obviously the door's right there. I don't know if one of you specifically wants to go in first.
Well, since Arthur can't be affected by plague or disease or stink or anything,
He's
he
Arthur's
he
gonna
has
go
no
first.
problem. He has no problems going first.
Yes, that does sound like a good idea. Send in the guy who can't be affected by
Yeah,
disease
send in the
first.
mobile division. Here.
Arthur opens the door and begins to step in, and immediately he hears a splat as his foot touches the inside of the building.
Oh, lovely. So this place used to be an alchemist shop?
Yep.
So that seems like the kind of thing that he would know about. So, I guess I'll roll for perception to see what kind of experiments he was running in there.
Well, you're actually just in the entrance. So
Yeah, you might want to check what you just walked into.
Yeah. You stepped in some rat shit.
Yeah.
You survey the room after you get
Usually
over
pretty dry.
the irritation of stepping in that. And
You'll have to take off his foot and clean it later.
the opening room is fairly large, with over to your right there is a stairway in the middle of the room. Actually, I shouldn't say in the middle of the room. It's not walled off like most stairways would be. It's a circular stairway going up. To the back there is a door that above it reads storage. To your left there is a busted up shop counter with a door behind it. And after you've looked all about, you suddenly notice that there are actually already rats in this room. There's 5 of them across the room, giant rats, that are sleeping, that slowly begin to wake up. You sense you should probably let the other people get in front of you.
Crickets.
Actually, I kind of broke up on my end, so I could exactly.
Huh?
I broke up on my end, so I didn't hear what you said about like there were 5 rats in the
There are
room.
5
There's
rats
5
in here.
giant
They're
rats.
waking up.
They're waking up
Mm.
because of the sound of the door opening and Arthur entering the room. So I was suggesting that other people might want to get into combat position in front of him.
Of course, we
He's
don't know
amazing.
anything yet.
Quite excellent.
Well,
I
you can kind of see past him.
I definitely get in there in front of him. Then.
The rats are more visible to you than the rest of the room that I described to him.
So yeah, okay. So I guess Arthur kind of just steps to the side so he can get in.
So
It says, "Watch the shit on the floor."
yeah.
Thank you for that.
Carefully walk around it.
So the question is, who am I going to have roll for initiative? Because it's 1 die 10. Both sides roll 1 die 10, and whoever rolls the lowest, their side goes first. Anyone want to volunteer to roll?
I'll roll.
Boom.
Matt rolled
All
already.
right, Matt rolled a 7.
That's
Okay.
not bad.
That's
Sorry.
actually bad because you're supposed to roll low.
Oh.
Oh, I thought it was.
Oh yeah.
The rats are going first.
Yeah, I keep forgetting AD&D is backwards.
Sometimes it's backwards, sometimes it's regular.
So
Should we all roll or?
No, that was a roll for groups.
yeah, it was a roll for
The
Group-
rodents are
group-
coming
group
after us
initiative.
right now.
Okay.
I could have you all roll individually, but it's quicker this way. The rodents lunge forward towards Scylla, Badia, and Duraxis.
So we're like kind of in.
They've gotten into position. They've had time to do that before the rats ran across the room at you guys.
We're basically making a wall.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Especially because rats are mindless beasts, they're not going to actually think, oh, get the guys in the back. They're going to possibly shoot spells at us.
So we're just kind of in this area?
You're actually just drawing a map, aren't you?
Sorta, yeah.
Yep.
There's the door, there's the staircase.
That pretty much works, yes.
Yeah.
So two of the rats try to hit Badia.
Oh, 2 of them are coming after me.
Yeah.
Joy. Well, they got a hit, what, lower than a 3?
Hold on. How do I... There's got to be a quick way for me to do this instead of using the macro. Yeah, because I got a dice roller right here. Die 20. Well, that one fucking missed. Actually, I mean, their Thaco's 20 and your armor class is 3, so they have to roll a 17 to hit you.
Wow.
That one almost hit.
Almost.
It's supposed to be like,
Two of them attack Scylla.
are those like stick figure rats?
No,
Missed.
stick figure us.
Oh.
Missed. They can't hit. They are not hitting at all. They both missed Scylla, and they last attempt to try and hit. They're not going to hit Duraxis.
Nope.
I knew they weren't going to roll 20.
So wait, how does that work? How did rolling a d20 work to the armor class then?
You have
Because
to roll.
Thaco is on a 20-sided die. Everybody has 20 Thaco right now because that's what everybody has at level 1. When you're rolling to hit, you have to roll your Thaco minus their armor class or higher. So to hit these giant rats, they have 7 armor class. To hit them, if since you all have Thaco of 20, you have to roll a 13 or higher to hit them. So there's going to be a lot of missing because that's how level 1 it usually ends up being.
D&D combat, there's always a lot of missing.
At least in the early levels.
Like a lot of people play D&D, they come off of after playing RPGs like Final Fantasy, but like with D&D, there's a lot of missing. There's a lot. With D&D, it's all about hitting them. Really, once you hit them, you usually kill them.
Yeah, I mean,
it's all about hitting them at all. Armor class doesn't reduce damage; it reduces their chance of getting hit at all.
Yeah.
But once we're in the higher levels, then that's not going to be
because your Thaco gets better and you get magical weapons that increase your chance of hitting. So yeah, you eventually
plus stats increase the ability to hit as well.
Especially because and the thing is, with fighter classes specifically, their Thaco increases by 1 every single level. Like a lot of other classes don't get it to increase that fast, but fighters, by the time they're level 10, they almost don't miss anything. So, Matt,
all the rats rolled.
You want to roll to try and hit one of them?
Sure. Do I get any pluses to... Actually, I have this longsword. Don't I have a +1?
That would be if you were using a bow, but no. You have a basic... I
thought I threw a skill point. Is that just to negate?
It just means you don't have a penalty.
I don't have a penalty, okay.
It takes another point to make it so you actually have a bonus.
So I know what I'm going to put my next available skill point into.
Longsword. You hit.
Woohoo!
Roll 1d8 for damage. Or is it 1d10?
It was 1d12
it's
for
dead
large.
either way. You killed one of them. I'm going to double check your weapon sheet real quick. Yeah, it was 1d8. It's 1d12 if it's a large creature, which these don't count as being large because they're not.
But not by a long shot.
Yeah, because large creatures are things that are bigger than humans, more or less.
Mm-hmm.
I'll roll for Scylla to try and hit one of them. Well, she fucking missed. Kevin, roll 1d20, or 1d20 plus 1, because you have a bonus. You do
You
have a
actually
bonus
have
on
a
your
weapon
weapon.
bonus on this one.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so dash roll what?
/ roll 1d20 plus 1.
Plus 1.
Am I rolling dice?
Yes, you are. Okay,
Sorry.
you hit. You hit. Roll 1d8 plus 2.
What do I roll?
1d8 plus 2.
1d8 plus 2.
You killed one of them.
Squeak.
So there's 3 left. Deadlock.
If I could copy Fallout dying rodent noise here.
1d20. Any bonus to that, or just
Oh yeah,
Okay.
because you actually
plus
battle
1?
axe, so you'll have a 1d20 plus 1, and then your
Okay.
damage would be a plus 2. You hit 1d8 plus 2.
Okay. Let's just roll. This one. Wait. 1d8 plus 6.
Dead.
Okay.
Just if you're trying to figure it out, they have 4 HP.
All right.
For those of us at home.
So I'm gonna point out it'd be really a waste to cast any spells. So
Yeah.
So if the wizard wants to get involved, either
Really?
it's hold back or.
well,
Actually, does that mean that he hits?
he hit? Roll a 1
It
die
was
6
right
for
at
damage.
it. So yep.
Hmm.
It's right at it. Come on.
Oh.
You clubbed one with your staff. It doesn't quite go down. So
But
Scott,
but
the question
that
is,
rodent also looks real
are
pissed.
you going to attack the wounded one with your shuriken, or are you going to attack the other one?
1 HP.
I'm gonna go for the glory. I'm gonna go for the fresh one.
Well, you don't know that it has 1 HP left.
He doesn't know, but
No,
he's
I
still
wouldn't
go for
know
the
that.
unharmed
But
one.
it's bloodied. I can tell that it's like it's stumbling around probably and bleeding from the nose and
Yeah,
bleeding and maybe even...
roll 1d20 plus 1 because your class does give you that bonus with the shuriken.
Oh, there's more.
Yeah,
You fucking missed.
Wow.
You're the only person that missed.
Oh, that's it? Okay.
Whoosh, 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 whoosh,
Hooray.
whoosh. Tink, 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 off into the side wall.
Sure thing.
You curse whatever god you believe in for your sheer lack of aim with your shuriken. Okay, so
Gosh darn you, glitter gold.
Matt, roll for initiative again, 1d10.
Roll
last year was pretty bad.
1d10.
Well
Rolling the
said.
dice. Ah! Oh, actually, no,
You
that's
won
good.
the
That's good.
initiative that time.
Come on, come on.
We can
Don't
start
roll a
with you
1 or
attacking
2.
again.
Another 1 or 2. Oh wait, actually, you already rolled. Yes, we go first.
Yeah, you go first. I saw that 9. I was like, you guys are gonna fucking go first.
1d20.
Also, I drew a shuriken in the wall.
Aha! I do it.
13. Roll a 1d8 for damage. Wait, which one did you attack?
Well, there's Actually, I'll go for the clean one that was missed.
Clean one. All right. It's dead.
Squeak.
Let's see if Scylla misses
Squeak
again.
split.
This
Let
paladin.
me
that
try
you brought away.
again.
The paladin.
hit.
The paladin finally does something.
It's dead. I'm not even gonna roll because
Yeah,
it's only got 1
you
HP.
could get at least 1 damage
And
automatically.
it makes the sound that the scavengers make in Diablo.
No, like I said, the Fallout 1. Have you ever heard the rats squeak when you shoot them? Squeak, squeak.
So this is the point where I realize I really did pick the easiest freaking enemy I could have. I'm like, I don't want to start him off against undead. That might be too hard. You just fucking murder the.
All of a sudden, we get into the next room, and then you throw undead at us.
So,
You can always
Oh,
throw
there's a
those-
skelly man.
You
so
can
I
always,
think it.
I was gonna say you can always throw those rare rats at us.
I think the were-rats might be OP.
Arthur walked in first. But the first room, Scylla speaks out and says, "I think it probably would be a good idea if we didn't let one of the wizards lead the way."
Bish posh.
That victory music, right? Tune. Theme.
She says that she'll follow whoever actually wants to lead, but she'd prefer it be either Batia or Jaraxxus.
I shall lead.
Can I climb up on Jaraxxus's
I
back and
carefully step aside and let the cleric go first.
So,
A fine battle.
That was a serious question. Can I get on Jaraxxus's back?
you have to ask him that.
I'm just asking the room at large. He is part of the room at large, so.
You be my
Get a
guest.
fine big warrior. All right, so I scrabble up one of his legs if he's not willing to, if he doesn't offer me any aid.
I lower down. Make it easy.
All right.
So,
So the gnome is now riding on the back of the cleric.
Yes.
Yeah.
there doesn't
Uh-huh.
look to be anything of interest in the room. Most of the stuff that's in here is just completely trashed. So the question is, where do you want to go? Up the stairs? The room that's behind the counter? Or the storage room, which I would like to point out is boarded up?
Ooh.
Well,
Hmm.
what I wanted to do before, I was going to roll for perception if I could see what sort of thing he was studying here. This is an alchemist lab.
Yeah, but it's a
This
store.
is the storefront.
This is
not
the
lab.
storefront, and there's nothing of value in this room.
Okay.
Probably because
Not
the
even any
rodents
spell
either
ingredients?
knocked it over and broke it or ate it.
Well,
I
if
su-
the
I
storage
suggest
room
we-
they probably might have reagents back there.
I suggest we split up in 3.
I suggest we don't split because that sounds like a way to die.
Never split the party.
See?
How do you erase?
Scylla says, your bravery is noted, but that defeats the purpose of you leading us.
Exactly.
Is that little arrow a suggestion?
I like that you guys actually
Where is
took it
her-
upon yourself to draw a map.
I did.
You don't do it, we'll do it.
I
So-
just drew the entities.
So actually here, I am a ranger. I walk up to the boarded up door and see if I can perceive anything. Perception check. See if I can detect anything on the other side. Is that possible?
Yeah, it is possible. Let me get to your attributes real quick. And
Character sheet.
doesn't seem that there is anything directly in the room itself.
And that's a pretty decent roll, so I don't think there's anything in there, guys. At least not alive. Do we want to have a look? I look at the
Take
others.
a knock on the door.
Well, first we have to break the door down.
Again, I step aside for the
It's-
cleric. I assume he's strong enough to handle this.
Scylla walks
Knock
up.
first.
The
That's all I'm
door
saying is knock first,
the door
guys.
is
Come on.
locked up and not locked, right? It's just
Yeah,
blocked.
it's just blocked. It's boarded up. Like
It's boarded
somebody
up.
that doesn't know how to actually lock a door tried to
Hmm.
make sure something couldn't go in or out. You're not
Yeah.
sure which.
So say we don't
Scylla
know.
walks up and tries grabbing a hold of one of the boards. She rips it off.
That looks
She,
easy.
she proceeds to pull the other 2 boards off, making the door
Open.
operational.
That looks easy. Punk.
So
Patya just grabs a board and then just rips off like it wasn't even attached. She shrugs and tosses it behind her.
Duraxis enters the room slowly, looks around. This room clearly had things in it, but this room isn't in the greatest shape either. And before you begin to survey for treasure, you do notice a tiny bit of movement at the opposite end of the room. There seems to be a stairway going down there, and you just barely caught a glimpse of a dead giant rat being dragged down the stairs. You couldn't see what was doing it, though.
dead giant rat being dragged down the stairs.
Mm.
I draw my weapon and warn the others behind me. We're not alone down here.
I also keep
Well-
my weapon drawn out.
The thing, whatever did it, isn't in the room, and it's actually left for the time being. You'd have to go downstairs.
We'd have to go
actually-
downstairs, apparently, yeah.
So
is anything else in the room quick before we check the stairs?
yes, they're over to the right. Among the few things that are intact, you notice a shelf that says healing, and there are 3 green potions sitting on it.
Maybe
A
we should
shelf.
grab.
Both of us did a shelf.
Next to the shelf, there is a battle axe leaning against it.
Oh, someone else might want that. The green potions. If I try perspective,
They're healing.
They are
They're
definitely healing
not-
potions.
Yeah, because they're labeled.
They are actually labeled. Awesome. Okay, I'll grab the 3 healing potions and put them in my backpack for now.
Can I wield the axes?
No,
No.
I think dual wield is a
could,
skill
but
you need to look into.
You could, but you'd have a severe penalty.
Yeah.
Well, I guess somebody else can grab them because I already have my own trusty battle axe here.
I'm a longsword
Yep.
person myself, so battle axe would actually be a detriment to me, I believe.
I'm going to point out
Does
that
anybody want me to identify it?
Scott, remember that spell takes hours for you to actually utilize. But it is worth
Yeah.
taking because you don't know if it's magic, and if it isn't, you could still sell it.
Oh, I guess I'll go ahead and grab it just in case.
All right, so you've taken the healing potions and the axe. Does not appear to be anything else of use in this room that's still intact.
All right. So, how dark is downstairs then? Having a peek.
You can see a faint glimmer of light from the actual room at the bottom of the steps, but the actual stairway itself is not well lit. But obviously, due to your eyesight, you can
My
see there's
eyesight, I can
nothing in
see
the
perfectly
stairs.
fine. So anything on the
Whatever
stairs.
grabbed the rat has went into the room at the bottom of the stairs.
All right. So whatever's down there is already moved into the room. I look up at the cleric, ready to go ahead.
Yeah.
After you.
You go down the stairs and enter the room. There are actually the remains of multiple rats in this room. You begin to sense that whatever boarded up the doors was probably doing so for the benefit of the rats. The one you saw dragged down the stairs is the one that has the most actual body intact, but it has a huge chunk out of it, and it's laying in the center of the room. And
By the way,
Well,
I've switched from my normal sword to my silver sword because I have no idea what the hell's down here, but it's a lot of trouble.
Batia senses something, and she immediately looks up to the ceiling and sees a giant spider that was about to leap down to attack you.
Shit!
Ah,
Stab it!
Shit.
Stab it! Stab it! Stab it!
You roll for initiative.
Me or Matt?
You're Matt.
Me, because I'm getting attacked.
He's the one that's been doing
Oh
the
shoot!
initiative.
Come
roll.
on!
But the thing is, like, if because I don't know if you see that I did a feat of strength with Matt's character to
dexterity.
that was the wrong character, wasn't it? Either way, the roll was low enough. Because it was gonna get a free attack in on you if you didn't sense it. You guys are going first. The spider is leapt down, but you get the first
First blow.
first attacks. I want to just stick to the order we've been going in for the attacks.
Shit!
Matt missed. I'll roll for Scylla.
You're not very good with the board.
And actually,
It
because
surprised me.
this thing does have better armor than the rats. You have to roll a 14 or higher to hit it. Well, Scylla missed. Kevin,
Oh boy.
Roll 1d20.
roll 1d20
We're-
plus 1.
Wait, is it,
You can't roll any worse than I just
north end of
did.
this room or the south end?
north end.
I'm lucky I didn't lose a sword.
I think.
Okay, you hit. Roll 1d8 plus 2 for damage.
D8 plus. So the +2, right?
+2,
Yeah,
yes.
plus 2
Yeah.
for
Okay.
5
5.
damage. It's still alive.
You smack it and it hisses.
I was
Yeah,
trying.
you,
I was
you,
trying.
you
I was
dug,
trying.
you dug into it pretty deep with your sword, but it didn't go down. Deadlock.
Okay. Roll
1d20 plus 1.
20 plus 1. 16.
Woohoo!
So
Rolling 1d8 plus 2 for your damage.
1d8 plus 2. 10.
Ooh!
Nice.
It's dead.
Damn.
Yay!
Max damage.
Thor the Spider Slayer.
I really overestimated how hard some of these things were gonna be. Like, because I saw like the like average stats people had, and I'm like, I should make this really easy. And then you guys just beat the shit out of everything.
I didn't even get a chance to miss this time.
I did!
Well, you can always surprise us with something that's actually hard.
The spider is
Ed
dead.
bus.
The spider is
Hey, do we-
dead. And
Do we notice anything else in the room now that the imminent threat is
there,
been eliminated?
like you notice that, like, you didn't notice this at first, but now you actually do notice the spider webs on all the dead rats. But you didn't have time to react to that when you first came down. There is a closet at the end of the room.
I go up to the closet.
I'm letting him check it first. I'm keeping my eyes up
Yeah.
on the ceiling.
You open the closet door, and the smell of decaying flesh immediately hits you when you open the door. There's a dead gnome laying there with an empty vial in his hand. You believe you found the alchemist.
Oh.
He has a nasty spider bite in his chest. He probably died from poison.
I fear we found the first victim of the creature down here.
He shall be alchemist.
He does have.
I roll to slap him. Is that as the closet where you found him?
Yeah. Yeah.
Press F to pay respects. I just made a joke out of a dead person. I'm sorry.
I thought you were
Dead person
on purpose.
The only thing of note he has, aside from empty vials scattered around him, is a dagger that he was clutching in his other hand.
I pick up the dagger.
Is it shiny? Is it shiny?
Yes, it's shiny.
Oh, can I look at it?
I hand it to the gnome on my back.
Do I notice anything special about it while I'm looking at it?
Not particularly. Without examining it properly, you can't tell if it's been enchanted or not, and there's nothing really of note on it.
Okay, I'm gonna lick it.
That's-
By the way, in the chat, crying eye, crying sad face, and an F from Vixie.
You are a very odd gnome. I don't know many.
Do I taste anything?
No, you don't taste anything.
No. Okay. I'm gonna smell the handle, and then if I don't smell anything, I'm gonna hand it back to my Weemic friend.
You don't smell anything.
All right.
So should we go
Do you
and
always
check out that
expect
other room?
Do you always expect your weapons like that?
I mean, why not? You got to use all five senses.
So
I
there's
forgot to hit it on anything. I'll tap it with my shuriken before I hand it back to see if it makes any special noises.
No special noises. You know what? I'm laughing, but realistically, you're playing your gnome like a gnome, so I can't complain.
It does what I can.
You hand it back to him. Thorador had just asked if you guys should check the other room.
I was about to say, is there another room down here?
No, she's talking about upstairs. I'm pretty positive.
Yeah,
Scylla says, "I assume you're talking about the one that was behind the counter."
yeah, that one.
All right, let's go back upstairs and check it.
Heading back upstairs.
Okay. So
Much,
Daraxis
much, much,
heads
much.
through the room behind the counter. There are no enemies in this room. It appears to be a washroom with a sink directly ahead of you. Over to the right, however, you notice a large stockade of tools.
Are there any gem cutting tools? Do I need to roll for perception?
No, you can just examine the tools if you really want to check.
All right, I look at the tools and see if there's because I say out loud like I left my gem cutting tools somewhere and I haven't been able to find a good set. So I figure free is better than none.
There's no gem cutting tools. However, there is a shovel, a grappling hook,
Ooh.
a wand of some kind. You can sense magic from it. You just don't know what it will do if you use it.
All right, I'll pick that up right away. I'll scrabble off my wee McFriend and pick the wand up and sniff it.
And there's also another dagger.
I grab that.
I'll
Alright.
take the grappling hook. What
All
type
right.
of tools were those again?
There's a shovel. And the other things are various vials and
Well, this guy was a gnome, right? So that shovel might be my size.
yes.
I'll claim the shovel then.
All right.
Arthur will take the vials and stuff if they're
Yeah, I was
not-
gonna say, are any of the vials actually labeled?
They're all empty.
Oh.
You can tell from the way they're positioned. They're most likely down here because he was cleaning them.
Dang it. Oh well.
So that leaves one direction left to go.
To the stairs!
You must
The
go up.
stairs.
Shall I lead again?
Please.
Yes.
That's with a good thing.
Too.
I'll stay on the floor this time and just toddle after him.
I lead the way.
You head up the stairs and you see 3 more giant rats staring at a man cowering against a wall, trembling in fear.
I prepare for battle.
I prepare for
Get the rat's attention.
The rats.
On
The
the way
rats
up,
turn.
on the way up, I swapped weapons. I'm going back to my regular sword. Maybe I won't botch this one.
Oh, you were using the silver sword before.
Yeah, when we were walking into the spider den.
You weren't used to its weight yet. Threw you.
Yeah, it threw me off. Plus, the spider's trying to spook me.
Matt, roll for initiative.
Oh boy. Roll 1d10. Oh.
Damn.
You're acting like the rats are actually going to succeed at doing anything.
We're worried about this person, not ourselves.
Oh yeah. Quick question: Is Scott still riding Kevin?
Yes.
No, I
He got
climbed down
off.
to grab the wand, and now I'm toddling
okay.
around behind him.
Okay.
So he's technically behind Kevin, and I'm probably right next to him. So
Yeah. So I'm gonna roll for the rats. They're probably all gonna miss. Wait, that was on. I should have said who they were attacking, but they missed Badia.
yeah.
Other one attacks Scylla, missed. Other one attacks Kevin, has no chance in hell, missed.
Oh,
Kevin's there? I thought
You're
we were
drawing the
playing
wrong
with him.
spot. I was drawing down here.
Anyway.
Oh, someone was dueling somewhere else.
Yeah, because it was a spiral staircase in the center of the room. He mentioned.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Matt, roll to see if you hit.
Little bloody rodent.
I'll draw the staircase next.
God.
Miss. I'll roll for Scylla. Okay, she actually fucking hit for once.
Yay.
I may have to ask for that sword back.
She did. Oh yeah, because she is specialized. I didn't add the two, but she killed one of them.
Okay.
Kevin, roll.
Okay, so that's one dead.
Oh,
Coward.
damn.
Oh,
Wow.
you were saying, good sir.
Scott.
Okay.
I mean, wait, not
The
Scott.
rat-
Deadlock.
The rat,
Deadlock.
the rat literally flew between my legs.
D8 plus 2.
Nice.
21.
Ooh.
If that was, if you
Damn.
had rolled a natural 20, you would have critical hit.
Yep. Oh yes, and then roll.
1d8 plus. Actually, that was supposed to be plus
plus-
1, but yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You get plus
Okay.
1 to hit, and
Oh,
plus
yeah.
2
And plus
to
2
damage.
to damage.
10.
Max damage
So-
again. Damn, man.
So I kill one of the rats.
So a rat just suddenly loses its head.
There's only one rat left. TZ, roll for your hit. See if you can whack it with your staff.
1d20.
You
Yep.
miss. Scott, 1d20 plus 1.
Somebody left.
It would have been 3.
Yeah,
someone
someone
left.
left. Leave.
Oh, I think Kevin left. Okay, he's back.
He's back now.
The game just reloaded
Ugh.
for some reason. I didn't even hit anything.
Your connection probably
Flaked.
you missed, Scott.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Scott
Okay,
just
it's the
Nice.
one. It's the one remaining rat. Oh wait, no, we got to roll for initiative again because it's a new round. I forgot the rats actually went first, and they all missed because, of course, they did.
Son of a.
Let's see.
Son of a monkey fuck.
He attacks.
Project
Attacks
Focus.
bot. He attacks Patty. Missed.
Aha!
Roll for your attack, Matt. Well, you hit.
I just barely hit. Finally. Ugh.
It's still alive. See if
Squeaks, but it's bloodied, but still glaring at me.
Scylla misses.
The paladin misses.
Yeah,
That was
but-
a wily rat.
Are you still loading back in? Okay. It.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Run 1d8 plus 2. Actually, don't bother rolling. It's dead. Your
Yeah.
plus 2 alone kills it.
I jabbed the sword hard into the floorboard with the rat.
It's dead. The man that's in the corner is looking at your group confused.
Hello, we're the cleanup crew. Can we help you?
He he begins to try and respond, but suddenly he cries out in pain. His eyes roll back in the back of his head, and suddenly his body bursts open, releasing 10 rats,
Oh, rats.
regular-sized rats.
Oh, jeez.
The rats rush forward to attack. Roll for initiative, Matt.
Swing!
Well, that was a disturbing show.
I was expecting
10.
fires.
I was, yeah,
Rolling-
I was-
oh wait, we were
yeah,
rolling for
I-
initiative, right?
I rolled the wrong die for initiative.
I was with. I was
You're
with
still
Deadlock.
going first.
I was with Deadlock in that one. I thought it was gonna be spiders.
No,
How about the
it's,
Legion of Spiders?
it's regular rats.
Spade!
You just gotta roll 10 or higher to you hit. It's dead. They only got 1 HP.
Yeah, but there's like
Ah!
how many?
There's 10 of them.
And
There's 9 now, so I'm gonna roll for Scylla to see if she hits. She killed 1. There's 8 left. Kevin. You missed. Congratulations. Deadlock.
Fast little critters.
You only gotta roll 10 or higher. You killed
Okay.
1. 7 left. TZ.
Dead.
That leaves 6. Right. Scott,
Yeah.
roll
Yeah.
1d20 plus 1.
Definitely dead.
That's 20, baby.
The rat exploded from your shuriken hitting it. There's 5
Your
left.
shuriken hits it, and you just see intestines fly everywhere.
I'm going to get that one back. It's special.
There's nothing. There's nothing but
shuriken.
there's nothing but red mist. That was where the rat
Yeah,
was.
this is a blob of just just
Quivering
red spray
jello.
everywhere.
Now, can I do an intimidate against the rest of the rats after their compatriot exploded, or is that just
Not
are they
really,
too simple?
because they're too busy mindlessly rushing at you guys.
Yeah, they're
At the moment.
So, I'm gonna quickly roll to.
Yes, see if the paladin hits anything.
They because of the fact that they're smaller and scurrying around, some of them actually get to people aside from the warriors. So I'm rolling. One tries to hit Badia, misses.
Nope.
Another one tries to hit Scylla.
Oh,
Oof.
You're kidding me.
A fucking rat better foot. Ow.
Ow,
They only do 1 damage, so I don't have to roll for the damage.
Oh
So
wait, I
that's-
can talk to these things.
Not dead. yet. He's not
Another-
dead.
They're not burrowing creatures.
Rats count as burrowing creatures, I believe.
Well, in any case, you're not going to reason with them. In any case,
All right.
these ones are particularly what's the word? Feral.
Hostile.
Another one attacks.
They're also full of
Kevin.
meat.
Wait, what's Kevin's armor class? They can't. They
they,
got
they, they need to hit 20.
They got to roll 20 to hit him, so they miss Kevin. One of
What
them
was the damage
attacks
on that last one that hit?
1 damage. They don't. They can only do 1 damage because they're regular rats.
Okay.
They don't have actual dice. They roll
They're
for
regular
the
sized
damage.
rats at least.
Oh,
So yeah.
okay.
Yeah. One of them tries to hit Thordor. Misses horribly. One of them.
Bites its own leg.
One of them.
Oh,
Let's see.
What?
Did somebody get booted and rejoin again?
No.
Heard
TZ,
something, but- oh wow.
you still there?
no, I'm here.
Everybody's in the chat.
I just heard a pop noise. Like I didn't normally make that for the dice roll. It's wait, that's 4. No, that's 4. One of them tries to hit Whistletip is Scott's Dome's name.
Yes.
With a tip.
Missed. Wait, no, actually it hit. It did 1 damage
Yeah.
because it only had to roll a 10 to hit you because you don't got any armor. So you have 3 HP left. I'll make the adjustment on the token to represent that you took damage from a rat.
This by any chance a were rat? Do I need to
No,
roll
no.
against?
No,
okay.
it's just a
No.
regular rat. Okay, roll for initiative again, Matt.
7.
Oh come on, baby, give it to me.
Yay!
Oh no!
Next-
I thought.
No,
We were trying to roll low, not high.
But and I'm going to point this out now. But next time we play, I will have each of you roll individually, but I'll only roll 1 die for the enemies.
Okay.
But because we ended up starting late, and I just want to try and get through what we're doing.
Right.
I'm not
Right.
going to worry about rolling individual
Mhm.
initiative. I'm also going to read up on a lot more rules stuff before next time. So the rats are going to attack in pretty much the same order they did last time. Miss, 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 and
Miss.
bit Scott again.
Rest in peace, Scott.
I'm half dead
You're half dead from being bitten by a rat.
by 2 rats.
No, it's the same one. That's why they
Same
didn't
one that
change
keeps
the
nibbling your bum.
That,
That's why
that,
they
that, rat,
changed it.
You
That
might
rat
want to
has
kill
a-
it before it kills you, dude.
that rat has a taste for no.
No, it's good. That rat's got a taste for revenge.
It's a killer. It's the leader. It's the leader of the of the litter.
Okay, Matt, roll for your attack.
Woohoo.
It's dead. Rolling for
Oops.
Gavin. You skipped Scylla's turn, but okay, you killed one. Scylla missed. Go
Just
ahead,
as well. There
They
wasn't
are-
much to miss there.
Well, aren't you glad I went then?
You killed one. That leaves. Wait.
two
Yeah.
left.
TZ.
Oh.
TZ missed.
At least
Now
it wasn't a
time
1.
for- Yay! He gets his
Scott
revenge.
killed the one that bit his foot twice.
Damn, I was hoping that would be the one that was still alive.
No, it wouldn't make sense for him to attack anything other than the one that was directly attacking him.
I know,
So
but
that
maybe the rat got smart.
That means the only one left is the one that's trying to attack
Scylla.
Scylla. So
Because the
roll
both of
for
them haven't
initiative.
been having luck.
roll for initiative again, Matt.
Ooh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, excellent.
You
Excellent.
go first.
Yay.
All right.
Don't fuck up.
Don't roll low. Don't roll
Don't fuck it
low.
up.
Ooh.
10.
You killed it.
Yeah.
All the rats are dead.
Oh god, that was nasty.
All right,
and
I'm going to
so much for
I'm
saving
going to
that
remove
guy.
the head. I'm
The
going to remove
head of the
head
one that bit you.
Yeah, I'm going to keep its skull.
And you step into one that you exploded in the way.
Oh yeah, I want to grab back that one and mark it, so I have a special shuriken.
Yeah, get that shuriken and mark it.
Right.
Okay.
Arthur takes a moment to stare at the dead man and realizes that whoever did this was watching you somehow and had generated a portal inside the man's body because there's no way those rats were already inside of him.
Ew. That's weird.
It's up to you whether you want to share that information with the other characters.
Wow, that's
Like he's busy
interesting.
gutting a rat.
So where you begin, huh?
So, yeah, this man didn't just have rats inside him. They were placed inside him from some external force.
Oh, I thought it was a rat chest burster or something.
That's what I thought, too.
So how did they
Maybe
do
he was
it?
like a rat brood mother or something.
Anyhow,
How did they put the rats inside of him?
I don't know. He seems to have some sort of a portal in him. Or he did.
Is the portal still open?
no.
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 I'm pretty sure this man is very empty at this point.
Okay.
Scylla smacks you in the back of the head.
Roll for damage.
No.
By the way,
Damage.
for the man with the rat burster stomach.
Just have to pay respect.
You, there is a room to the north. It's the only, well, it's the only way to go aside from going back downstairs.
So
Well,
there's another room to the north.
Yep.
I lead
We've
the way
checked
again.
everything else.
Yeah, there's nothing of interest in here.
What do we
So
see?
you enter the next room. You can see another door at the end of this room. However, there is a interesting looking table off to the right that has a label on it that says prototype. And next to it, next to the table, there is also a chest that has a giant lock on it.
Ooh. I just tried to pick the lock of the chest.
I head towards the door.
You're not going to bother checking it. You might want to wait
I'm
for your
gonna-
party.
Oh,
I'm going to climb up on the table that's labeled experiment and see what I can see.
I think it said prototype.
Yeah.
Prototype.
Whatever.
There we go.
But there is a. First, I'm gonna deal one thing at a time. Deadlock's trying to pick the lock, so.
Well-
Let's see. Hold on. I gotta bring up your character sheet real quick. Check your rogue skills. So you have a 50% chance of unlocking it. So you need to roll. You need to roll a 1d100, and you need to roll 50 or lower.
Okay. Oh.
Oh.
You fail to pick the lock.
Dang it.
Damn.
Hopefully there's a key somewhere.
Can I
There-
give the lock picking a try?
No, rangers don't actually have
Oh.
lock picking. They just have move
You
silently and find
is it
traps.
required a skill then? Okay.
Yeah. You could try to bust it open, but with your strength score, you'd probably fail.
I can give it a try. I can give it a try. Bust the lock.
Let's see what because it's gonna be the same as you trying to bust open a door. So let me see what you. Because I'm gonna point out that you can, with picking locks and busting something open, you can only try once. You can't just keep smacking on it endlessly.
Okay.
Your attributes, you'd have to roll an 8 or lower on a 1d20. You can try.
I have to roll low.
Yes, you have to roll an 8 or lower on a 1d20.
Okay.
How about me? Let him go first.
You have
then.
lower strength than him.
Do I still do the +1 or just a
No,
D20?
No, it's
this
the one.
isn't- this
You
isn't- this is
run
not an
d20.
attack
You
roll.
try to roll under an 8.
Because the thing is, you don't want to just. You
Ah.
actually pulled it off.
He
You,
did it. Ha
you smashed the
Beautiful
lock
man.
open.
Perfectly.
You open the chest, and there is 500 gold pieces.
Ooh.
Well, I say I succeeded.
So
How should we split
That's
up?
all that's in there is gold.
That's where
I'm
afterwards.
just going to point out that the gold is something you'll determine how you want to split it later. I'm giving some people. I just remembered I got to make some marks for bonus EXP people got for certain feats before I forget. Because I gave Kevin one for that. Okay, so there's 500 gold for you guys to distribute amongst yourselves later. Scott is examining the prototype table. There is a potion here, a yellow potion, with a pile of notes next to it that are written in Gnomish. So,
Who's
Luckily
drawing in the
for-
top right corner? Because already handling us down to the south.
luckily Wizzletiff is a gnome, so he can read the Gnomish writing. It says, "This is my greatest creation yet, but I have not been able to perfect it. I intended to call it the potion of fuck, I forgot what it was supposed to be called."
Potion of rat bursting.
This is why you write it down.
Yes, I know. It was intended to be called the potion of unlimited growth. The intent is that it increases the user's strength. However, the results vary. When it's used by a relatively weak person, the results can random from virtually nothing to an incredible amount, but those who are already particularly strong never receive a particularly large increase in strength, though they do gain some strength.
Vixie comments
So
that it should have been
basically-
called the potion of no name.
Is that going to be the running gag that when I forget, then it's going to be
You
named
forget something,
Yes.
just call it something of
Well,
no name.
until you take better
Well, I
preparation.
drink the potion.
In fact, this should be called the campaign of no
The
name.
campaign of no name.
campaign of no name. Yeah, I'm gonna write better notes next time. I kind of tried to throw some of this together too quickly, and I didn't think a lot of it through.
D&D Planescape of no name.
Exactly.
To be blunt, what it's basically saying is that the potion will permanently increase the strength of whoever drinks it, though it has the potential to be more effective on somebody who is weaker.
So
you
without
wanna do
telling the
with
rest
it-
of the party what I've read, I say I'll just put this in my pocket.
Yeah, we can discuss what we can
One of the
do with
weaker
this
characters
potion
just
later.
takes it, pockets it. Yeah.
Wait, so did you saying you actually told them, or
No, I don't tell them. I won't tell them what I read.
Oh.
I just said I'm just like, that's very interesting. And I say, none of you guys want this. And I put it because I figure it'll serve the balance of the party better if I have it, but I don't want anybody to know.
Yeah,
So
we
I
don't
put
know
it
what
in
it
my
does.
pocket.
Blink,
So
you're
look
gonna-
at the
you're
gnome
gonna
and
take
raise an
this-
eyebrow.
you're gonna take the strength increasing potion when you're not gonna benefit from it, really?
I'm not going to use it. I'm just
Oh.
going to take it.
Okay.
I pocket it. I take the notes. Do the notes contain how to make it, or is it just like
no,
an
it doesn't.
explanation?
It's
Just
just an
explanation.
explanation
No,
for
then
what
I-
it does.
I sniff the note, and then I put them in my pack for Tinder.
Okay. You're lucky that Thordor was busy picking the lock,
Right?
because he can read Gnomish.
Yes,
Okay,
I know.
Is there anything else in the room?
There's nothing else in the room. You proceed. You proceed into the next room, and aside from the enemies, you notice as you entrance.
Wait.
As you enter, this is the final room because there's no other doors in here.
Yeah. What room is
The-
this? Is the
the-
same room here?
No, this is the
No.
next. Because
The next room, the north.
Daraxis was in a hurry to go to begin with, and you guys stopped him from going ahead when you wanted to examine things.
Yes.
There, upon entering, you see a were-rat who was looking at a crystal ball, which he immediately throws to the ground, shattering it. Next to him, you notice a particularly large rat, like 3 times the size of the other ones you've faced up to now, that at various points across its body has shards of bone sticking out of its skin.
Oh wait, so there was another. So yeah, there was another room.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
So we
Yes. This is
Well,
the
because
room.
last I heard was
Sorry.
that we had the treasure loot room, and that was it.
You said
I
bones.
must have cut out. I must have cut out then on your end.
You said
Okay.
bones are protruding now. The larger rat.
Yeah, he has bone spikes sticking out of his body.
So we
The
been,
were-
so,
Tiny.
so we have a rat that took the Titan potion.
Sure, we'll go with that. The were-rat looks at you.
Marrow rat.
The marrow rat.
The were-rat looks at you and shrieks, "Damn you all! I was supposed to be the Lord of Pestilence!" Clearly a bit delusional.
How does
Clearly.
that serve the balance of this land?
Him and his rather large pet rush forward. Roll for initiative.
Oh,
you guys are going.
Ah!
10.
Now, I would like to point out that no one other than Matt and the mages can hurt him.
Yep.
Because only
Silver
only
sword out.
silver and magic are the only things that...
Okay.
So,
Starting to think I should took that.
well,
Oh well.
basically, the large rat is what everyone that can't hurt the were-rat are going to have to focus on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going
Well,
to
someone
have
could-
to get close to the were-rat. You're lucky.
Okay, so,
I hope you made a wise choice in your life.
Matt, you have
Okay.
to roll a 14 or higher to hit the were-rat.
Son of a bitch.
You missed.
She's still not used to that silver
Actually,
sword.
I didn't point this out, but Scylla can hurt it as well.
Okay.
She fucking missed.
Oh boy.
That magic longsword didn't do shit.
Anyway, I guess I'll attack the marrow.
Worst
The-
paladin
It's
ever.
I'm going to tell you what it is. It's a dire rat.
Oh, I could ride that.
You actually have.
Wow.
I was going to say you actually have to roll a 15 or higher to hit it. It actually has a higher class than the were-rat does.
Okay.
Damn.
So my turn then.
Yeah, it's your turn.
Okay.
You critical hit the dire rat.
Nice.
Roll
Okay,
for damage.
So the 1d8.
1d8 plus 2, and then and then whatever you get is you're doing double that because you critical hit the thing.
16.
16. The dire rat shrieks in pain, but it's still standing.
Okay.
And we get to TZ.
Now would probably be a good time to use magic, actually.
Yes, considering nobody
Yes.
managed to hit the were-rat.
The were-rat's only vulnerable to either magic or silver.
Yes.
Pretty much.
I have magic missile, don't I?
Yep.
Okay, so what do I roll for magic missile?
1d4 plus 1. You automatically hit it, can't miss, because it's a spell.
Level 1
It doesn't
magic
get a saving
missile.
throw.
No, not against
Nice.
magic missile.
Ooh.
5 damage. He's still standing, though.
I will also
I'm helping.
cast magic missile.
Hopefully at the were-rat and not the
1d4.
darkness.
Plus 1.
1d4 plus 1.
Yeah, 1d4 plus 1. Oh, yeah. I probably should have mentioned this
Oh!
earlier, but
Oh, no. He's still typing.
I am using. I can't believe we got this far without me explaining how I'm handling magic because you guys haven't even needed it because you've
Right.
freaking murdered everything.
Ouch.
It's still hurt. I mean, he's not dead, but I'm gonna use. I think I explained this to Scott already. We're using spell charges instead of memorization.
Oh,
that
so
way you don't
Final
have to
Fantasy
decide.
style.
Final Fantasy style, and because of Kevin's wisdom bonus, he can actually cast two spells without resting, but none of them are damage spells, so that doesn't really matter for this fight.
No.
Yeah.
Okay,
I wasted my spell for the day.
It's the were-rat and the dire-rat's turn. The were-rat attacks Scylla and
Misses?
missed.
Yep.
Yep.
Gonna say that at least the paladin has armor. I'd hope.
The dire-rat, in a fit of rage, attacks the man that already injured it. Takes a swing at Thordor. Miss.
Almost
Roll
critically.
for initiative.
Oh god.
4.
Roll 1d10. Oh, they go first.
Yep. They maintain the targets they have previously attacked. Were-rat misses. Dire-rat hits.
Is it still going for me or?
Yeah, it
Yep.
hit you.
Okay.
You
3
take
damage.
3 damage.
Ooh, so
So
I'm
that
down to
puts
4.
you down to 4.
Punch.
Okay. Your turn, Matt.
Roll. Come on, let me hit. Come on, let me hit. Loading. Come on. Son of
Oh.
a bitch.
Roll for Scylla's attack.
I'm rolling nothing but suck.
She
So
missed.
Scylla.
Kevin missed the dire-rat.
Nope.
I
Nope.
missed the
Deadlock
dire-rat.
missed the dire-rat.
Wow.
TZ, I'm just gonna say you probably shouldn't try to hit it with your staff. You should probably just stay back.
Yeah,
So
he
he's already spent his one magic spell for the day.
He spent his one magic spell, but I mean, between him and Scott, they did a decent amount of damage to what's basically the boss.
So yeah, Arthur's just kind of there, making sure nobody's
Clicking
like,
away silently.
But Scott can safely use his shuriken without putting himself within attack range.
He's just kind of
Right,
there.
but I gotta
kind of there, moving
target
his
the dire rat.
staff back and
Roll
forth to
against
stop
dire rat.
anyone from kind of just
You
sneaking
gotta-
up on anyone else.
You got to get a 15 or higher.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, unnatural 20.
1d6 plus 1 for your damage.
unnatural 20. Roll that damage.
Okay.
6.
It's dead.
Yeah.
Dire rat's dead.
Yep.
The regulars have already killed their target, and meanwhile, the only people with silver weapons can't hit theirs.
Okay, I know this is going to be kind of meta gaming, but that battle axe I picked up kind of spin around, changing to that. Just try to see
If you want to do that, yes, you can try.
Try and see if he'll do anything.
We
Yeah.
got to roll for initiative again, though.
All right. Ooh, tied.
Hmm.
Roll again.
I'm due to the fact that you have him vastly outnumbered. I'm gonna let the were-rat go first since it was a tie because it's 1 versus
5.
Oh, well, let's
5.
go after the paladin. Put the paladin in front of me.
He's been attacking the paladin the whole time anyhow. He just hasn't been hitting. He still didn't
And
hit.
he hasn't gotten any better.
So
Come on, son of a bitch.
the paladin attacks.
Gotten closer, but I still haven't hit him. Nope.
God, even with the +2, she can't
I was
fucking
gonna
hit.
I was gonna say, Matt, do you want to throw me the silver sword? Let me take a swing.
At this point, I'm about
That's-
ready to think about that.
I think this is kind of like metagaming in my part too. But wouldn't that like take a round?
Yeah, it would take a round for you to switch swords if you did do that.
It would almost be better if I try to hit him in
Yeah.
short.
There's nothing.
So
It's not like there's
Also,
anything-
actually, is this guy large or is he medium?
he counts as medium,
Okay.
but
So yeah, we need as much
so
damage as
Kevin,
we can as soon as
Kevin,
someone can
Kevin
hit him.
can't really do anything.
Right?
Yeah, that's.
And I'm going to spend my round switching to my other app.
So that takes out his round, and
Yeah,
then everyone
so-
else can't do anything. So roll.
Roll for initiative. Yep.
Our casters are spent.
Oh, he's going
Red
first
Damn.
again.
First.
Yeah.
Missed.
Nope. Kill him.
It's a good.
Damn.
It's a good thing you guys actually have.
Okay,
If you-
seriously.
If you guys were like in all leather, you'd be fucking hitting anything. I mean, you wouldn't be able to.
Okay,
Hold
seriously.
up.
I think we're gonna. Okay, I'm willing to give up a round if you want to switch that weapon.
Oh my god.
Okay.
We are.
Because seriously,
I
okay,
I
before
swear
the
I
round
remember
ends-
D20 being this bad before too, and it got to the point where we
Alright,
actually said
so
let's just use dice rollers.
Nah, I didn't hit anyway.
Yeah, you missed. Well, actually, wait, wasn't that the turn? No, wait, no.
No,
Was...
I already
that was
switched to
last
the
turn.
axe.
Okay, initiative again.
Oh man. Come on, roll low now.
Roll low now, not one attacking.
Yes.
Stop.
Son of a sitch.
You know, this reminds me of playing Pool of Radiance.
Okay, now.
She
Hey,
fucking hit.
finally.
finally.
And?
Okay,
Damage.
there we go.
It's
There
dead.
And
Yay.
She killed it.
Jesus.
Like,
Only
you,
took
you don't know what her
forever.
equipment is, but she had a longsword +1 the whole time. So that's it died.
all right. I'm gonna stumble on over on my tiny little gnome legs and inspect the were-rat's corpse and maybe even collect some of its saliva.
I'll switch back to my regular axe.
I'm gonna just point out that because of the fact you do have a high intelligence, that taking the saliva of a were creature is probably not a good idea.
You don't know.
He wouldn't know. He's the GM.
But if you really want, I mean, I guess technically if you don't get yourself bit, but
Yeah, can I take the spit internally and have an effect on me?
no, don't do that. There's but the were-rat had a rapier if anyone wants it. I don't know if anyone cares.
Not
Aside
really.
from maybe selling it because it's not a weapon anyone's specialized in.
Yeah,
And-
just take this out.
What's it made out of?
Metal, probably.
Metal, just regular metal.
Okay.
And
that's
it
silver
had
and-
it had a key which was for the chest that you already smashed open.
Ta-da.
Keys. I don't need.
Okay.
Well, the were-rats game picked over. What's the dire rats news? Anything on him?
No, it's just a really big
Just
ugly
a really
rat.
big ugly rat. Okay.
Bones.
It basically the thing is that thing would have been a lot tougher fight if Deadlock hadn't critical hit it like
Yeah.
right out the gate.
Right out of the gate, just smashed its face into a wall.
Deadlock basically cut half of his face off, so it kind of left it.
Yep.
Yeah, like he had 20 HP and he did 16 damage to it on the first turn.
Can Daraxis, can you do any healing? Because I'm kind of hurting here. I know I'm making a brave face of it by inspecting this body, but I'm half gone.
I do have a healing spell, right?
Yeah, you have cure light wounds. How much? I forgot to make a mark of how much that heals for automatically. It'll take me a second to look for the actual. I have magic missile memorized, but not cure light wounds.
Oh yeah, I had. You know what? I had light. I could have used that when we went downstairs.
Yeah, but
Didn't
you
really
didn't
matter.
really
That would
need
only
to, because
help one person.
Yeah.
the only area that was dark was the actual staircase itself, and there wasn't anything there.
Yeah.
Yeah, cure light wounds heals for 1d8, so
1d8.
yeah.
Yeah.
If you miraculously only roll a 1, you just gotta cast it on him.
Okay, I gotta roll.
Ay. I'm trying to find out where my real dice ran off to.
Okay, Scott's back to full health. You might also want to heal Deadlock, because he did take a bit of damage too.
If you don't mind. 3.
On my asking.
I can't believe you rolled exactly what you needed to get them both to max HP.
Oh.
Haha. Do you doubt my skills?
Okay, so more or less, we don't need the map anymore because you've cleared everything. I need to do a tally of the experience real quick, though.
So apparently we cleared everything, and the were-rat was the one that did the teleportation of the smaller rats.
Yeah. Oh yeah. One
Okay,
other
doke.
thing he did have. One other
Does
thing
he-
he did.
Did he have a spell book on him?
No, but he had a ring on him.
Oh.
Oh,
That's most likely magical.
Oh, I
Well,
took the
you
last
didn't mention that
magical
ring.
mage item, so
You're saying you want to give it to,
Yeah, I guess Arthur could use one.
Arthur.
yeah, balance and all that. In fact, I'm gonna give the Weemic Duraxis a hard time about taking 2 of the things we found, 2 of the daggers that we found. Maybe somebody else wants one. Not me.
Well,
just
since you guys are no longer exploring and you have downtime to rest before you go and collect your reward, I'm just gonna flat out say that Wizzletiff used his identify magic to identify the items. Both the daggers and the battle axe are +1.
Mm.
Mhm.
Okay, I'll keep that +1 battle axe and sell the other one. Get back to town.
Okay, let's see here.
Does anyone desire these daggers?
if no one will take them, if he's offering them, I will take one because I might want a hand knife.
Hey, wizards can
I
use
can't
daggers,
use
can't they?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That may be useful to have.
I hand one to my gnome friend and the other to the mage.
All right.
Yay.
I need to get a fucking calculator up real quick because I'm gonna drive myself nuts trying to do this manually.
Go to Google, use a calculator.
Yeah, apologies, gnome friend.
Actually, that's right. I could just use a dice roller, and you can see it on the stream.
No apologies necessary. No apologies necessary, my friend. I want there to be balance in our group, as I want there to be balance in the world.
I can understand that. It's just when I am in the middle, after or before battle, I am rather eager and quick to act before thinking.
Well, it could save my life one day. So I mean,
Oh yeah.
we'll worry about
Real quick.
divvying things up.
I did forget one of the other items you guys found. The wand is it's a wand of magic missile with 7 charges.
Hmm.
Ah,
So technically, if one of you guys had thought to try and use it during the fight, it would have actually made the fight a lot quicker. But I
Yeah.
think none of you thought to use it because you didn't know what it did.
Yeah, that too.
yeah. I thought about using it, but
Anybody who's played NetHack knows you don't fucking do that.
What, use an item without identifying it first?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, unless it's like
just
just
7 charges.
Well, it depends. Yeah, because the thing is, if it was Fireball, you would have toasted your fighters because
Right.
they would have been right next to him when you cast use the wand on them.
You
I
said
was-
7
I
charges.
was playing this NetHack thing, and I found this wand, and I'm like, whatever. I used it, and it turned like the enemy into a dragon. I'm like, okay, cool. So it says it always had some spell charges, so I used it on my character and turned into a mouse, which I fucking killed me.
Yeah.
So one thing that was really weird when I was setting this campaign up was realizing that the huge spider and the were-rat have the exact same experience output. Like I was like, that's kind of weird that a really big spider gives the same experience as a lycanthrope.
Right.
I guess
Well,
that's
I guess it's,
partially because
they're creatures of evil.
because the were-rat isn't really that strong. The
yeah, he's not
problem
a big
is
one.
that if you don't got a magical weapon or a silver weapon, you can't hurt them.
Right.
Right.
It's not really a matter of how powerful it is. It's just a matter of how dangerous it is overall
Yeah.
and how difficult it is to kill.
Okay, I'm gonna point this out now before I forget. But Matt gained a. I'm gonna include these into the totals at the end. But Matt gained a plus 100 experience for detecting the spider before it dropped down on you guys. Giving TZ a bonus experience because the feat of intelligence allowed him to determine what actually caused the exploding rat man. And Kevin got a bonus for busting open the chest.
Perfectly.
That bonus would have been deadlocks if he hadn't failed to pick the lock.
Yeah.
What did he have to roll?
Less than 50.
Yeah, he had to roll
rolled
less
a-
than 50
Oh.
on.
Actually, Ozzie, didn't I have I just happened to think with the spider fight, didn't I have a choice on enemy yet? Preferred enemy?
You're right. I didn't. I forgot to.
Because I was actually gonna go with spider for that.
Well, it died so fast in spite of being a mid boss that it didn't really matter that much.
But
Like,
that would have given me a
suppose-
plus to hit, wouldn't it?
When you have it doesn't give you a plus to hit, but it makes you do double damage.
Ah.
So it's like you critical hit every time you hit one.
So it's still, I still wouldn't have hit it. I thought that was gonna give a bonus to hit. Okay.
I'd actually suggest if you're gonna pick your enemy, I'd actually suggest something like either giants, dragons, or considering you're in Planescape, one of the types of demons.
Or whatever works
Um,
thematically for your character. I mean,
Okay, so anyhow,
Can I search the alchemists before we move on? Can I search the alchemists for notes on how to make this strength potion that I haven't told my friends about yet?
you can't find anything. Most of the research notes
Right.
and everything have been destroyed by the were-rat.
All right.
He was kind of an asshole.
I'll give it a sniff, and then I'll
Oh, jeez.
I'll just a sniff. I'll press it into Thorador Rockaxe's hands and tell him that it in Gnomish that it could do him some good. I think it could do him some good.
Oh, okay. Thank you. And then I'll ask, what is it exactly?
It'll make you stronger.
Oh, okay. Then I'll drink it.
What was your strength already? Okay, well, you now have 17 strength.
Woo!
And also, didn't he improve in size, I believe, as well?
His muscles got bigger.
Yeah. It's a growth of strength, not like a growth of height.
I remember what I intended to call it, but I couldn't remember earlier. Was a potion of exponential growth.
it doesn't affect. It affects smaller creatures, but more though. So
Weaker creatures, but yeah,
Creatures.
like
inverse exponential growth.
Yeah, like if the idea was if somebody who had a strength of 12 or lower drank it, they would have gotten 1d6 strength points. But people that are over that amount only get 1 point of strength from it. Basically, so like I said, it could be random. You might still only get 1 strength if you were a weak person, but people that are already strong only gain 1 strength no matter what. So now I'm gonna change the modifiers on your character sheet later, but I think your strength's actually high enough that you get a 2-hit modifier. Gnomish
Okey-doke.
backstabber. Nobody knows what just happened aside from those two.
Other than the
Like,
fact
my
that the
character
gnome suddenly just buffed up.
Actually, wait. No, because TZ knows what they said. I don't know if his character cares to say anything or not though, because he speaks Gnomish.
Oh,
We could just say he.
Well, I
just
don't know
whispered it.
that, and I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that
He just
Deadlock
whispered it
could
to
speak
me. and
Gnomish
he
either
just-
till he responded.
so they don't know that I know that they know.
Something like that. Okay,
Yeah.
so there's nothing
I
else
heard
of interest
your
here.
head click. I have an idea.
So you guys return to the tavern to let Bayless know what happened. Upon hearing the news that the alchemist is dead, he frowns, says, "But a deal is a deal. You took care of the problem." He plops down a bag of 200 gold, says, "You can divvy this up however you like, and since the alchemist is dead, no one lays claim to that building. If you want, it can be yours."
Hey, I don't have to pay rent anymore. Looks at the others.
Right?
It'd be nice to have a headquarters.
Oh, I can sleep underground again.
We're gonna have to do a lot of cleaning.
But rat and trails make for good decorations.
So, just for actual game notes, everybody between the stuff you killed and the completion reward, everyone is getting 1,730 experience. The people that did special feats, which are TZ, Matt and Kevin, are gaining an extra 100, so that puts them at 1,830 experience.
1,130.
I think
You
for
said
some,
1730, right?
yes. That's
All right.
not.
And I want to
pretty
clarify because
Hmm?
I just want to clarify because you didn't seem to hear me earlier. You said there's 7 charges on that wand.
Yes. Sorry.
Okay.
There's 7 charges on that wand. Let's see here. I'm gonna look real quick to see where's the experience table in this fucking book.
What I'm wondering is where's the XP tracker on our character sheets?
Yeah, that's
It might be under tracker.
Check.
oh, that's the first place. I
That's the
looked.
first place I looked to, and it's not there. Vision height.
I can look at somebody's real quick to see if I can figure
Oh,
it out.
experience. Here we go. It's at the
What's it
bottom.
under?
It's under info details at the very bottom. There's an experience add button.
Okay.
Okay. I'm sure. Okay. Wait.
Wait, I'm not sure how this works.
Oh, okay.
1073. You said right. 1073.
You add experience. That's like if you want a multi-class, you can do one or the other.
Oh, because of the fact that you have. Wait. Where did you say it was?
All the way down at the bottom.
Oh, okay,
Info
yeah.
details all the way down.
Yeah, I see.
And
it
apparently,
now.
yeah, that keeps track in case you're doing multiple classes.
The main thing I'm looking is to see if anyone leveled up,
Let's
and
see if we leveled up.
that's not enough for Matt, because Rangers take too much experience to level up.
So mine was 1,830. Is that what you
Yes,
said?
Okay.
Okay.
So
you leveled up actually because you only need 1,500.
Oh, cool.
Current
So-
XP
So now
1,830.
your max. I'm gonna change your max HP because of the fact that you leveled up. Because obviously We already know that you rolled a 6 previously. You get a +1 from your Constitution. Yeah, so that means you get an extra 7. Wow, you're at 21 HP already, Kevin.
How much until my next level?
Meat shield.
You got about another
When do I level up?
500. You got about another 500 to go. You got to get 2,250.
2,000.
Because Rangers and Paladins take the same amount. Cleric, and I know for a fact Deadlock, because Thieves take the lowest out of everything to level up.
Okay.
Yeah, because you only had to get to 1,250. By the time Matt actually hits level 2, you'll almost be level 3.
Okay.
So you get, because you previously rolled 5 HP, then you will
I
add
go
that.
to 12.
Yeah, except no, because you get your Constitution bonus.
Oh,
So
yeah, that's right.
actually would be
14.
13, because you're at 7, so and you get 6 more, so that'd be 13.
Okay.
So I take it we are going to take the opportunity to have a place to actually live now.
I would assume so. I didn't hear anyone protest to that idea.
Yeah, so
So
like
specify-
that also means that we're all going to be devoting our time, but before next time, to clean the place out. Then.
Yeah, clean the
Yeah.
place up, get rid of all the rat shit and blood.
Who has extra gold for
and spider
bleach?
webs.
We need extra gold for all of the bleach.
Well, we just as a group made 700 gold. Maybe we
Yes.
should set aside
some for clean
250?
supplies.
for
There's
cleaning
also-
and repairs.
I believe
also-
also
I'd also
somebody
like to
had a
point
shovel.
I'd also like to point out that now that we're not going to deal with it. We're not going to deal with it tonight. But now that you guys actually own the building, there might be some people in town that would actually buy parts of the spider and the rats.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
That's
I only took
true,
the
because
stone
apparently
and
rats-
one.
It's true because there aren't rats normally around here. Apparently.
Yeah.
True.
So take stock, set them
in a
somewhere.
Well,
corner somewhere.
Although I would be wary of anybody who's actually buying were-rat parts, because that seems like you could do some
Yeah,
shady
the
shit.
were
with
rat.
that.
We're gonna burn
Oh, I'm
that.
keeping those. No.
Whatever
I'll keep them on
the
a shelf.
mages aren't taking, we're burning.
Okay.
I was gonna say this.
Because yeah, they can make
Spider
their
poison
reagents,
has to
but
be. The spider poison should sell well.
Mhm.
Spire poison will
I
sell
could
very
probably
well,
make some
especially in the
myself,
dark elf
so-
markets. Nods.
So who wants to empty its poison sacks? Anybody?
I think the ranger would be experiencing that stuff.
Mm.
Just let him borrow one of the daggers.
Yeah, give me one of your daggers. We're gonna need this. We're gonna cut carefully.
I'm gonna just. We'll decide how to spend the gold and everything next time we play, because it's already past midnight, because we ended up getting a little bit of a late start.
Oh, it's past midnight for you. It's like 11:11 for me.
Yeah, but for like 3 of us, it's past midnight.
Mhm.
Yeah,
All right, so I guess we're gonna end the stream there then, folks.
But
not bad.
just real quick, do you want to know what the other NPCs were that you turned down?
Okay.
Sure.
Sure.
Since it's no longer relevant to the story, because you're not going to have any of them.
Mhm.
You can probably guess what the orc was.
He was a bard.
He
Noisemaker.
was a bard. He was an orc bard. That's why he
He
was
was
making
an
fucking
option.
obnoxious shit with his instruments.
I didn't mean to actually sound like I was right.
I'd be honest,
Rejecting
I completely forgot you were going to do that. I would have voted for that.
Because I thought that was going to be like the only character that was going to be in there. I was going to jokingly say I was.
By the way, Vixie's usual troll joke is kill the bard, and he just shouted it in the chat.
The lizard man was just a regular fighter.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about the lizard man.
He was the least special person there. The guy that was throwing daggers was actually a ninja. The one of the dwarfs was a fighter cleric, the other was a fighter mage.
Ah.
And well, you already know who the sea elf was.
Paladin.
I see elf paladin.
Mm-hmm. No,
And
this
I
building
think you,
is gained. Then
Hmm?
keep going. I'll ask later.
I think you can assume the reason she's in a bad mood is just because she's on dry land in a weird place and shit.
Well, we can now give her a room where she
Yeah.
can make it as damp as she wants it.
You can give her the basement room.
I was gonna say, gave her the basement.
Yes, it doesn't leak.
Well, in basement,
I'll dig a trench.
basements also tend to be the cooler area of a house anyhow. So,
Oh, but
Does that mean
speaking
we're
of
gonna
our
actually
house-
have people fighting for the basement at this point?
There's multiple rooms in the basement. One can have the damp room, and
I think there's
His
only one
face
room in the
can
basement,
have-
there was
wasn't
one
there?
room and there was one closet. I mean, I guess somebody
Oh.
could technically sleep in the closet, but it'd be kind of weird.
Kind of
I'm a
weird, especially
gnome.
after a gnome died in there.
They would have. Well,
I don't
there's
care.
stuff died in every room, so
Yeah, but humanoid compared to animals. Just a little weird.
And of course, Bayless couldn't really confirm who the exploding person was. He probably just kind of assumes it was a random civilian that was dragged in.
Quite possibly. Anyways, I suppose that's it for this stream then.
Yep.
bye.
Alright, good night everybody.
Good night.
Good night, Vixie.